That morning in Japan began with a calmness rarely seen. The sun slowly rises above Tokyo's buildings, dousing the city with a soft golden glow, while the streets are still quiet and the wind brings fresh air from the direction of the sea. There are no cameras on standby, no screaming fans, no crowd that usually follows every step of world celebrities. For the first time in a long time, Jungkook and Taehyung find room to truly breathe, away from the ever-lurking spotlight. They walk with slow steps, without big plans other than enjoying being together in silence. No schedule, no stage, no camera. Just two friends who understand each other without the need for words. The streets that used to be boisterous with the activities of Tokyo residents are now silent witnesses to such a simple but extraordinary moment. Their gazes were serene, their smiles light, and every movement felt like a meditation in the hustle and bustle of a world that had never stopped. Fans who had time to peer into the distance could only catch their figure from a distance, without being able to interfere. But it gave them a chance to see the other side of Jungkook and Taehyung, the man behind the global idol image. Here, there are no pressing expectations, no standards of perfection to be met. There are only real moments, rare moments that could be enjoyed in the hustle and bustle of a busy schedule. Their conversation flowed lightly, not contrived, unregulated. They laugh about simple things, remember old memories, and occasionally stop to look at the view of the city sparkling in the morning rays. This moment is not just a walk. It is an emotional pause, a space to release the fatigue that has accumulated. Jungkook looked calmer than usual, his normally glowing eyes full of energy, now gazing at the world with a new depth. Taehyung, with his warm smile, seemed to realize the importance of this opportunity, to appreciate the simple things that are often forgotten amid the pressures of the entertainment industry. Eyeing the few small coffee shops they passed, the owners and customers simply smile as they continue their activities, as if unaware of the presence of two large stars humbly passing by. There are no sensations, no noise, just life is proceeding normally, giving them space to be ordinary mortals, not global icons. Moments like these are rare and precious, spaces where they can feel free from the expectations and highlights that have always demanded perfection. For several hours, they enjoyed that tranquility without interruption. Every step felt meaningful because they were truly present in the moment. No publicity, no cameras, no pressure. Just the morning air, a simple smile, and the feeling that the world could stop for a moment. It is not an escape. It is their way of recovering, realizing that even those who are used to being the center of attention need space to breathe. Fans who knew this moment felt something warm. They see that even their idols are ordinary people who can get tired, who can enjoy the tranquility, who can postpone all the hustle and bustle of the world for a while. It's a lesson in the importance of balance, that in order to keep giving, one must also dare to take a pause, and that simple happiness is often worth more than resounding cheers. As morning turns to day, Jungkook and Taehyung slowly return to their world, but the effects of that quiet morning were still felt. They bring home calm, renewed energy, and a reminder that small moments like these have the power to heal. The quiet streets of Tokyo, light laughter, and understanding glances will always remain precious memories that cannot be replaced by the glare of the lights or the applause of thousands of people. In their eyes, Japan is not just a tourist spot, not just a point on a map, but a space to stop, breathe, and remember who they are offstage. And for the army that follows each story, this moment is living proof. Behind the global stars, there are human beings who need tranquility, who enjoy simplicity, and who nevertheless are able to make the world stop for a moment just by being present together. That morning moment is a reminder that distance from the spotlight does not mean moving away from the world, but getting closer to yourself. Jungkook and Taehyung show that rest is not weakness, but strength. And in that calmness, they discover a happiness perhaps long forgotten. That being human, even for just a few hours, can give them far more power than the cheers of any stage. Noon began to greet, but the calm of the morning did not just disappear. Jungkook and Taehyung decide to walk further, exploring a corner of the city rarely visited by tourists. Each step felt like a rhythm they had deliberately chosen for themselves, away from the hectic schedule and camera glare. Here, they're not just global idols, but two best friends who enjoy being together without pressure. They laughed lightly when they found a small cafe with a warm coffee aroma, sharing simple stories about things that have been forgotten in the midst of the hustle and bustle of their world. Their conversations are rarely heard by others, but for them, every word carries a deep meaning. Taehyung talks about the things he observed in Jungkook, about a smile that still warms even when tired, about a gaze that sometimes goes blank when the mind is carried away, about the courage that has been hidden behind professionalism. Jungkook listened, occasionally smiling, occasionally nodding, but mostly they just walked side by side, letting silence be an equally understandable language to in some of the small parks they walked through. The leaves fell slowly, bringing a sense of peace that they rarely felt in Korea or in the middle of a busy schedule of world tours. The winter wind hit their faces, and for a moment they stopped. Not to be photographed, not to be seen by people, but to feel the moment to the fullest. Taehyung looked far ahead, Jungkook turned his head, and in that look, there was a sense that didn't need to be explained. They realized that this silence was a gift to themselves, and as the sun began to tilt to the west, they sat on a small park bench while enjoying a warm drink from the cafe they had stopped by earlier. The conversation continues to be more personal, about the pressure of being an idol, about the sometimes unbearable tiredness, about the dreams they want to pursue without feeling overwhelmed by expectations. Taehyung shares the confessions he's kept, about his worries if Jungkook continues to push himself without pause, and how he wants to always be there for his best friend, not to organize, but to support. Jungkook listened carefully, and for the first time, he let himself open up without fear of being judged. No cameras recording, no fans waiting, just a pure moment between two humans who understand each other. Their small laughter is occasionally heard when Taehyung makes a light joke, but behind it still feels the depth of feelings that have been pent up. That night, even the light of the city lights that began to burn was unable to beat the warmth that emerged from this simple togetherness. Every second in Japan, it becomes part of their recovery. No drama, no thrills, just the realization that taking some distance from the spotlight is an important step towards self-preservation. Taehyung and Jungkook show that calmness, honest conversation, and simple moments can give much more power than the cheers of thousands of people. The night fell slowly, and they walked back to the hotel with slow steps. No one is in a hurry. No one is in a hurry. Only two friends know that the day gives them more than free time. It gives them a chance to understand themselves, to appreciate each other, and to rediscover a piece that had been neglected. Japan was a silent witness to a moment they will never forget, a moment that taught them that sometimes distance from the spotlight is not an escape, but the best way to find true strength. Army, who knew this journey, felt the same way. That his idols were mere mortals who could be tired, who could smile without a camera, and who could find happiness in simplicity. Quiet mornings, peaceful afternoons, and warm nights in Japan are inspiring stories. That behind the glitter of the entertainment world, there is room to breathe, there is room to feel, and there is room to get back to being